You know, I'm more than Pac-Man with a thumb.
Build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Oh, it could be so nice growing old with you.
Into this because these shit movies need to be talked about and listed accordingly.
No, I actually beat 2 games yesterday. Do you know the new Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one that was the one that's free on Plus this month.
Yeah, I've almost beat it. I started playing
Nice.
yesterday. I'm on chapter 18, 17. It's 20 chapters. The game...
Oh, that means they found a way to make the games longer then, because I think the very first Devil May Cry you could probably beat in like an hour and a half if you just sat down and played it straight through.
Well, I kind of did that yesterday and then decided to go out and have somewhat of a normal life. Last night, that was around 7:30. I started playing at 11. Yeah, I don't know why, but I've been cranking through that game. It's ridiculously easy. And it's God of War-ish, so it's just hack slash. Beat 'em ups.
Yeah, I downloaded it. I just haven't tried playing it yet.
No, I've been playing a bunch of puzzle games and indie games, and I'm like, I want to play a production game. And it made things just stupid easy. And I think I'm playing it on the hardest level I can access at the moment, which makes that worse. What are you doing? I know you're doing something because you're not talking.
Oh no, I'm just just trying to think of a way to get up with Chris to see if he can hop in.
Well, I texted him. I mean, at this point, fuck it. And he might have things to do, like he's actually got a family. You know, wife, kid, shit like that.
I have a cat.
That's not a family. That's a small animal that may try and kill things for you. Who mostly just destroys all your shit.
No, he's a good cat. He doesn't destroy anything.
Oh, you beat him
Not
relentlessly?
really. Sometimes he gets a wild hair up his ass.
Does he climb walls? I bet he climbs
No.
walls.
No.
Does he climb people? Bet he climbs people.
No. He has I bought him a little cat tower for that. He gets all his climbing urges out there unless we put up a Christmas tree.
Oh, and then he climbs Christmas trees?
Well, he did that one time.
Knock over the tree?
Not as far as I know.
Uh-huh.
No, lately, the game I've been playing, and now that I've put like a ton of time into it. Oh, hey, there's Chris there. I see.
I figured I'd just listen to you talk.
Oh, hey, there he is.
Hey,
He blinked
sexy
in.
bitch. How are you doing, sir?
What's up?
Chris.
Not much. Just talking about games we're playing. West is playing the newer Devil May Cry that they put for free on Plus, and I've been playing Injustice just to do the storyline. So I've got it like on stupid easy mode right now because I figure it'll let me figure out which character I like the best. Plus, I get to play through and get all the story.
Oh, you've got it on pussy mode. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I know Devil May Cry's up there, Bioshock Infinite's up there.
Yeah, that's a time trial though, so I haven't. I don't know how do they.
I thought Bioshock Infinite was free for PlayStation
Well,
Plus.
they're doing insanely good free games all month, so Infinite might come up next Tuesday.
Oh no, yeah, it's going to be up there. It's already been listed. It just hasn't popped up there yet.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen it. I've seen it up there. It's just under a special section for time trial games.
No, it's going to be free this month.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. I can tell you all of them that'll be free. Hold on. January 24th, because there's a bunch of really good games up there for this month. That's
Yeah, they're.
You know, because I saw it up there and I was like, "Oh, sweet, Bioshock Infinite. Oh, time trial."
Yeah, I gotta go play Bioshock 2, which I have, and I've had for like the past 2 years, and I still haven't played it.
let's see.
That That's sad.
It has XCOM Enemy Unknown still up there, which is really, really good. If you haven't played that, I would recommend it.
Oh, and I started playing it. I got bored. Like the game's super involved, and
it's Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. I got bored with it. Like the game's really good. My attention span doesn't condone that game.
Yeah, it's basically Final Fantasy Tactics, except with the sci-fi, alien, more cinematic type look. Instead of just moving from square to square, you actually have stuff littering the battlefield or whatever, and so it looks like you're moving through an actual environment, but it's still based on tiles.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
And you can interact with the environment.
Devil May Cry, Bioshock Infinite, and Brothers. Brothers is supposed to be really awesome. I almost got it on the Steam sale, but I didn't quite figure on it. It was like $5, but it'll be free. That's one reason why I didn't do it. Don't Starve was also in the Steam sale.
What is Brothers exactly? Because I've seen it, and it's rated fairly high, but I don't know anything about it.
Brothers is a kind of an adventure puzzle platformer type game, where what's unique about it is you control both of the brothers with one controller. Like one stick controls one of them, one stick controls the other, and each one of them has an action button assigned to each. So you're like using 2 sticks and 2 buttons, basically.
Oh.
And you're using them to solve puzzles, but like that's not really what sells it. What generally sells it is the story or the emotional impact it has on people, because it does such a good job of conveying it.
Oh, okay. So
they're like trying to save the dad or something like that.
Yeah, their dad's like dying and needs medicine, and you have to like go travel God knows how far away to get the medicine. It's kind of like it's not dark like as in super foreboding, but it's just kind of a dark as in this is a dangerous world, kind of semi mythical like Norwegian type deal.
Right. Okay, so if I want to go have a good cry, I'll definitely be playing that game.
Well, I don't know that it'll make you like cry like a baby, but it'll definitely probably make you like well up a little bit.
If it's set up anything like the story Big Fish, then yeah, as long as it builds it that way, yeah, I have no problem. I'll manly cry. I'll cry a single tear.
I was really disappointed with last month because, one I was unlucky enough to own like all the games they're giving away for free, which that's fine. That doesn't happen most of the time. The only reason I own Bioshock Infinite is because I got it for like $4 on Steam. So yeah. But last month the game I really, really wanted to play was the Sonic racing game, and it was fucking for Vita, and I was like, God damn it. I was like, I need.
But see, if you still redeem it while it's up there for free.
I do that all the time anyway.
Well, why don't you go try Little Big Planet karting? It's kind of Mario Kart.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and I don't know why I haven't downloaded it. That was, because I'm sure that it'll be all right.
I mean,
it's pretty fun. Plus, you can customize your racer in the car, just like with Little Big Planet, where you can customize the little SAG person.
Yeah, it's not like a groundbreaking game.
And that doesn't really matter. I mean, that's great. I don't get into the customizing and everything. Like, I'll play with that for a few minutes. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done with that. That's not my big thing. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't ever really get into Little Big Planet a whole lot. Like, because that's such a big portion of the game, and I have, like, no interest in it whatsoever.
What, the
I'm not
build
creative.
level?
Well, no, I mean, it gives you a different gimmick. Instead of, like, Super Mario 64, where you're going around collecting the stars just because, well, they're stars, and you get a pat on the back for having them all.
That was before the trophies.
Like Little Big Planet, you go around and you collect all the stuff you missed, and it's actually stuff that you can use for things.
But
I mean, it's the same thing. They've just added a dimension to it.
Yeah, no, I've gotten lazy. I don't even do that in most games.
But the nice thing about Little Big Planet is even if you aren't that creative, you can go play other people's worlds. So you still get. You're right. You don't get to play with the like creative part of it, but you get to find out what people have done.
Because I know people had taken time to like painstakingly recreate, like fucking like Turtle Beach or whatever the hell it was from Mario Kart. And stuff. You play like exact replicas of tracks from Mario Kart and shit.
What was it? There on Little Big Planet 2, some motherfucker said, "I'm gonna make a calculator that works," and did it. Like the thing would do basic math problems.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's on YouTube. Go Go look at it. Because there's like nothing in the level. It's just a bunch of levers to mess with the fucking numbers, and
It's
it
an
will.
abacus.
He made an adding machine.
Leave it to nerds to take an expensive piece of equipment that's more powerful than most computers that existed at the time, 50 years ago, and use it to make a fucking tool that's been around for 4,000 years. You know what I could do with all this power? Make a simple counting tool. Yes. That's shit we think about. That's sad.
Well, the fact that someone was in a game and goes, I wonder if, and just apparently...
See, now you finished that sentence different. My sentence would have been, the fact that someone was in a game was like, man, this game's pretty fun. You know what would be awesome? A calculator.
Fair enough.
I want to add a pocket protector next. Yes.
Yeah, the
Nerds.
Injustice is really good. If you guys haven't played that, like
sure
at
Wes
least for the
has.
story.
No, I haven't.
Like
yet.
it's worth it
haven't.
for the story.
You haven't? I haven't played it. I kind of want to, but like it's a fighting game, and so I'm never going to give them the amount of money.
Yeah.
That it's going to cost because I won't.
Well,
get
they
my
just
value
released
out of it.
They just released like the Ultimate Edition that has like I think most of the DLC included, like the different costumes and skins and shit, and the extra characters. So like the regular version of the game's probably going to be pretty cheap at this point. I would think if you picked it up like used somewhere.
Well, they had it. They had it on Steam sale once again. I'm pretty much just hawking for Steam today. And I think they had it for like $20.
It's okay,
And that
you
was
can
the actual
suck
ultimate
Steam
version
Stick.
or whatever it was 20.
Potential sponsor.
Yeah.
If
Gabe
we
Newell
could get
just
Steam
beat
to throw
Peter
money
Arnell.
at us, I would be the happiest motherfucker on the planet.
Oh no, I was saying like Steam could sponsor us. That would be excellent.
Like I said, if Steam would start throwing money at us, I would be a happy
Well, Lord
motherfucker.
knows I spent the holidays throwing money at them. So
It's just a nice circle jerk. You rub them, hopefully they'll rub us. Oh,
I think their business model is just fucking genius. Like, they do the opposite of what most businesses do. They're like, look, check it out. You could keep your shit priced at this price, or you could allow us to put it on sale, and we'll move, 4 million times more copies, and you'll make up for the difference. And plus, get word of mouth out there. It's fucking genius.
If you take a 25% cut in cost or a 50% cut in cost, it's made up for because you had like a 7,000% increase in volume.
Yeah, I mean, like, and for indie developers and stuff, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, all right, BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite's not even a year old, right? It's like what came out earlier last year, like March, April, May, something like that. And earlier this year, I didn't even get it on the Steam sale. I got it earlier before that. I got it like during the summer. It had dropped like it was on like one of their weekend specials or something like that. $7.50, I think. I mean, would I have ever bought BioShock Infinite otherwise? I absolutely would not have, because I do not care that much. But with it being $7.50, I'd be like, well, you know what? It's a pretty good game. I'm pretty sure heard it got a lot of good reviews. It's good for like just the story, if nothing else, and like all the little philosophical questions that it raises, I guess you could say. But I probably would have never bought it because I haven't bought any of the other ones and don't care. But for $7.50, yeah, I'll give you a shot, and then that's number one, I get a game out of it. Number two, you get somebody that if I like it, I'm like, that's pretty damn good. You should probably pick it up, right? Multiple advertising. It's like that $7.50 you shouldn't look at it as a reduced cost of your game, but as cheap advertising. That's the way I look at it, because the word of mouth.
Well, and you're while you may be losing money on the people that were gonna planning on buying it anyway, you're gaining money on the people that weren't planning on buying it unless it dropped down that cheap. And
and I mean,
that's definitely an audience that doesn't get reached. Yeah, exactly. That's an audience that doesn't get reached otherwise. I mean, because you have your people that are going to go in and buy it for $60, then you have the people that'll wait until they can get it used for like $20, and you have some people in between those two poles. But then generally after that, you don't have people that want to spend $20 on it because they still aren't sure. But if you drop it down to $7.50, I mean, they'll pop out of the woodwork.
That becomes an impulse buy. It becomes...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. With something like that, it's just like I know the game's good. You know, there's not really any question about that. But now, you know, whenever I get around to playing it, because I haven't even played it yet. I mean, it's sitting there waiting for me whenever I decide to. But now, whenever they make BioShock 38 or whatever comes down the road, there's a better chance that if I have a good experience with it, I might be willing to pay full price compared to before, where I definitely would not have.
Or, you know,
So
they could hook you and you buy the DLCs.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Well, of course, the big DLCs with this one are really contingent upon you having played the first BioShock, because you go back to Rapture, which is where the first and second BioShock takes place. So it's like they're baiting a lot on, you know, a nostalgia factor with that too. So I mean, I would probably play them, but I'm not their target audience for that. Of course, you know, their target audience ideally.
What happened? Corey? Chris?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think his mic might have cut out or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Well, BioShock. Fuck them. BioShock. The first one's really good. I haven't played the second one. I really have to put that in. And Infinite is supposed to be really good too.
A lot of people I just heard with the
He's back.
Second one. I was talking the whole time. I don't know what happened.
We couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Probably just hit a lag spike or something.
The second one, I just heard that it just felt like a lot of people felt like a money grab, because it wasn't actually made by the same people who did number one.
Yeah, well, and I picked it up for like, I think $5.
But there's a lot of people like a lot of the gameplay to it.
Yeah. Like no one says the game's bad. It's just.
But they didn't so much care for like the story part of it. Which
that's what I've heard.
When you're getting a BioShock game, I'd argue that's really probably what most people buy it for. Is the story and like all the little. You know, it's supposed to be like a thinking man shooter.
Well,
have you term loosely? Because I mean, from what I understand, the game's not hard at all. Like it's like retard level easy as far as shooter stuff goes.
Not
it's like
entirely
on
true.
rails almost.
Well, like getting through
I'm talking
the
about
game.
Infinite now. I don't know about
Infinite.
The first.
Yeah, no, the first one, no. The first one is a odd horror game, because it's set in an underworld thing, and it's really calm and quiet, and things are kind of fucked up, and it's really dark. But the battles are fucking ridiculously hard.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is that bends the rules on the first one, though, is because they have those Vita chambers, supposedly like almost every damn 10 feet, so there's no real loss or anything, because you're constantly just going to respawn.
Well, until you get into a fight with a Big Daddy. Second you get into a fight with a Big Daddy, you kind of look at all of your weapons, you're like, is this enough? And even though you're maxed out in like your carrying capacity, you still may not be able to take the thing down.
Right, well, there's a lot of times where you're not even supposed to fight them. You're supposed to just avoid them. You're supposed to run like the Nemesis.
But there's a trophy for it. Why wouldn't I?
Right, and that's to be done after the fact, after you beat the game, you know what you're going into, not the first time around.
And I'm sorry, I like killing all the little girls. It just makes me happy inside.
Yep, I'm glad that's recorded for the NSA to get.
Yep. That's being saved for posterity now.
I let some of them go. It's okay.
Yep, I let some of them go. That's what John Wayne gave me.
Just think about all the ones I would have killed. Self-control. But speaking of stuff with like good story and like brothers able to evoke emotion, I went to see Her last night.
What the fuck is Her?
As Joaquin Phoenix, he falls in love with his computer's operating system.
Oh,
Siri.
that movie.
It's by Spike Jonze.
It was really fucking fantastic. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
How does the sex scene work in that movie?
Huh?
How does the sex scene work in that movie?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much just like phone sex, really. Because
Okay.
like it's slightly futuristic, so like the operating system's in his phone, in his computer, and like they have these little smartphones that kind of like fold in half, and it's an earpiece that you put in your ear, and it talks to you and reads your emails to you and shit.
I can't remember either one of any of the operating systems.
He buys a new, like, the gist of it is, like, without giving any kind of spoilers or plot points away, like, he goes out and buys a new operating system. It's this lonely guy in the middle of, like, a divorce or whatever, and he sees an ad for, like, an operating system that is artificial intelligence. It, like, learns and grows with you and becomes, like, personalized to you.
Uh-huh.
And so he goes out and buys that.
Okay.
But, no, the thing I like about it is, like, Spike Jonze is really good at putting emotional and complex stuff onto film, and he even, like, he doesn't stray away from, like, awkward stuff or things that make you feel, like, kind of uncomfortable. Like, that's in there too, and it's done really well. But yeah, it was awesome. Like, I am thoroughly glad I went to see that.
It got a lot of, well, not a lot, but it got a decent smattering of movie of the year stuff from different critics awards already this year. I'm almost positive it won't get Best Picture or anything like that. I already know who's going to get that. That's going to be 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, I'm fairly certain it's not, like, 12 Years a Slave good. Which I haven't seen.
I haven't either.
Fantastic.
But, like, it took, like, 3/4 of the critics' sweeps or whatever, and then her got the rest of them, it looked like to me.
Wow.
Although I always think Oscar shit's kind of bullshit to a certain extent, because you know for a fact, like, any movie released in, like, December has a way better chance of getting it than a movie released in, like, February.
Yeah, I think there's only been, like,
it's fresh.
a few February movies, or a few beginning of the year movies have made, or have gotten Oscars.
We need to do the research on that, like, like release dates versus, like, Oscar wins, just to see.
Well, I know the year, what is it? The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, the year that was put up for nomination. There was, because it won a few, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it won, like, a couple. It didn't.
Yeah, there were.
I mean, it didn't sweep or anything.
No, there were a couple of other movies in the categories that it was nominated for that were much better than that movie.
Oh, well, dude, that's a party game in and of itself. Movies that won, like, Best Picture or whatever, that nobody gives really two shits about now, compared to other movies that are, like, timeless classics now that didn't win. Like, for instance, The Year. This is my favorite example. Shakespeare in Love. Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
What does Shakespeare in Love be, everybody? Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
Which
right.
one of these movies has people, do you think, watch more often nowadays? Shakespeare in Love, Saving Private Ryan.
Probably Saving Private Ryan.
No, Saving Private Ryan's on the list of, like, best movies out of that time period. Out of that 5-year time period.
I don't even watch
like
most of Saving Private Ryan anymore. I just watch, like, I watched the first
Normandy
30 minutes of it. The Normandy invasion is worth the price of entry alone. Like, I could care less.
Good thing you were wearing a helmet.
It's classic.
Yeah, I know. I just made light of someone's great grandfather, like, getting shot in the head on the beaches of Normandy. It'll be all right.
Fuck it.
Plus it had Nathan
He's
Fillion.
dead. He doesn't care. Wait,
and
he was
Vin
in
Diesel
that?
in it.
Wait, Nathan Fillion and Vin Diesel was both in that movie?
Ah, don't remember that shit, do you?
I've seen
Vin Diesel,
Saving Private
he had
Ryan
hair. It was
once.
kind of creepy.
He was the one who tries to save the kid, like, down by the piano or whatever, and gets shot.
Yeah.
Really?
Nathan Fillion's in it, if I'm not mistaken, as well, though. He was
Like, spoilers for people who haven't managed to see Saving Private Ryan at
No,
this
fuck
point.
them.
But if
It's
you
been
haven't,
over a
Here's a spoiler for you. It's World War II. People get shot and die. Stop being a fucking loser and learn some history. Spoiler alert, Hitler loses.
Oh no, my favorite spoiler alert is for The Passion of the Christ. I hear he kind of dies at the end.
But then he comes back. And then ascends.
And then, no, he came back and then he created the zombie genre.
Ah.
That's why we have the zombie revolution we have today.
Jesus, the first zombie.
I'm trying to think
Jesus
of, like,
Christ, Vampire Slayer.
I'm trying to think of, like, a
They will
version
fear the son of God. That's the trailer ever.
like come up come up with a version of Thriller that can be sung as a hymn?
Oh,
I think
anyone-
you just him anyway.
I want that as a challenge. If anyone who has musical talent to please do that, and
Not
please
us.
send it to us, because I want to hear that Thriller as a hymn.
Yep.
That's a wonderful idea.
Or horrible, depending on how you look at it.
I think it's something that the internet needs. I think it's something the internet needs a lot more than this, but the internet needs that, and I don't think the internet has
and then
it.
you can layer it over a video of like those prisoners in Taiwan or Korea or wherever the hell it is that they make them do the prison dances, and they all do Thriller. Yeah, you
Way
just
to
put
go,
it.
Taiwan. You rock.
I don't remember which country it does it, but there's like a bunch of those videos where they make the prisoners like dance, or I don't know if they make them dance. That might just be their like recreation to keep them from
You're
going
nuts
crazy.
if you want to. You can be your friends behind.
Which, by the way, can I just say fuck North Carolina and its goddamn weather? Chris, be happy you left, because I don't
He
know.
just gets rain consistent.
I am pretty much every day happy that I left.
But, like, over the past, 5 days, it has been as low as 10 degrees and as high as 70.
Yep.
God bless the temperate climate zone.
It doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Bitch.
Oh, speaking of weather and whatnot, I have to give a shout out to Mr. Al Roker for having probably the most epic takedown of Rush Limbaugh that I've ever seen.
Yes, I saw that.
That
must have
shit
missed
was
it.
hilarious. No, Rush Limbaugh was like, man, the polar vortex is just a word created in the past 5 days by people trying to perpetuate the myth of climate change and shit like that. Just going on his little spiel of
Somehow
fat white man ignorant induced rage that he goes on.
Something about it's the liberals' propaganda or something.
Yeah, it's like a propaganda term. Like people just made it up. It's had not been around before. Like Al Roker finds this book from the 50s, like a meteorological book.
No, it's his science
he
book.
fucking scanned the page with the definition of it.
Well, it's his science book. It's the one he used in college, and it had copyright 1950, and it's just meteorological.
Meteorological?
Yeah, that word.
Meteorological?
That's
And he scanned
Like
the
Yogolates.
page with key terms and definitions, and it's right there on the page.
Well played, Al Roker. Well played.
Keeping it classy.
Well, and he's like, yeah, so let's just go over this really quick, because they digitized the book, because they've got one of the really nice screens and shit, and
Yes, it's called the Today Show for a reason.
yeah, so it's got the cover, it opens it up, he's like, there's the copyright, and then they jump to the page with the nice little animation and shit, and he's just like, see this right here? Climate vortex. So,
Vortex.
or whatever.
Climate vortex.
Climate vortex.
And it's you.
I see the
At
show
that
Rush
point,
Limbaugh sideways.
I'd have taken the time to point out that the fact that no one's probably used the word very often in the past, God knows how many years, is because the polar vortex hasn't been wildly fucked up in the past.
Well, and
Long-
That was just like El Nino. Nobody ever heard of El Nino until it happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was the number one thing on everybody's lips, El Nino.
Well, not to mention, it's a fun word to say, El Nino.
El
It's
Nino.
not as fun as Yogolates, but
Yogolates.
Yogolates.
El Nino.
Actually, I think the most fun thing in the world to say is the thing they say in Hot Tub Time Machine. Great White Buffalo.
Great White Buffalo.
Great White Buffalo. Why are you guys doing that?
Great White Buffalo.
What does that even mean?
You're making a
I
sequel
think
to that?
I think it's only fun if you say it fast.
Great White Buffalo.
But the nice thing with Yogolates is you can say it fast, slow, you can just draw it out, and it's just a beautiful set of words or letters that make this really odd sounding word.
I don't know. Drew Barrymore would like to tell you that cellar door is probably
This is the
the
most beautiful word in the
set
English
of words in the
language.
English language.
That was actually Edgar Allan Poe that said that originally, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry, I don't trust an alcoholic that started at age 14 or 12.
You don't trust yourself?
Burn.
I started at 16. Shut up.
That happened.
Every time I go across the street, I have to question whether it's right.
Well played.
It took me many, many years to get up to a level where it could
So
be
what you're
questioned.
saying is you weren't even a fucking pro. You had to go through the minor leagues first. What a
Yeah,
bitch.
no. Drew Barrymore started. Didn't she start at like 8 or 12?
Yeah, and she went right to the fucking majors, dude. She was like
Yeah.
fucking LeBron, all right? High school to the majors. You're like some little asshole that had to spend some time in D-League and go play in Europe, then come back
She's
and
like
finally get
she's
the
like
chance.
Kobe. You got recruited in school. Well, minus the whole like rape thing, because I'm pretty sure Drew Barrymore never had that problem. Way
I
to
don't
go,
know.
Kobe.
She was fucked up half the
Classy.
time. She might have been raped a few times.
She might have, I mean, I thought she was raping people, actually. I thought it was where we were going with that.
I don't know if you ever watched that
Have you
Stephen
ever seen
King
E.T.?
classic,
I'm just saying. Firestarter?
Cat's Eye. Don't forget Cat's Eye.
That's right. Creepy
Yeah,
little
I'm probably
troll.
the person in the world that remembers that movie.
Incorrect.
No.
Fucking Quitters Incorporated, or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, with James Woods trying to quit smoking.
The most random collection of shit ever that really doesn't have anything to do with one another except the cat.
Yeah, pretty much.
We all
Hey,
watched that.
I
We all
like-
watched that to see him like fucking kill the little like troll though. Don't lie. That was the best part of the movie. You're like, something, quitting smoking, fucking troll trying to kill babies at night. Yes.
Quitters Incorporated's good. The one in the middle, the one about the guy like that has to walk around the edge of the building and shit. That one wasn't as cool.
I forget what was that? What book was that from? Like Night Shift or something? What was it? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Because it was like a collection of 2 or 3 of his stories from one of his books. And they're like, well, these aren't good enough for a whole movie each, so we'll use the cat as like the binding.
Yeah.
I actually like movies like that. What are they? Anthologies, I guess you would call them.
Kinda. I
Yeah.
mean, anthologies don't necessarily have to have anything that binds them
Oh
together.
yeah, that's
like
that's true.
a cinematic device or whatever.
Yeah, they don't necessarily, but they usually try to have one. Like Trick or Treat had the little.
Trick or Treat was awesome.
They had the little guy that
Yeah, guy.
everybody pronounces Sam Hain, even though I know that's like completely horribly wrong. Just because that's how it's spelled, and it's not at all how you're supposed to pronounce it. And I can't remember. It was in Northern European mythology.
Well, I'm not Celtic, and also not from Wales, so Sam Hain it is.
But no, the Trick or Treat had that. Like Tales from the Hood has the guy that looks like Don King narrating the story.
Tales from the Hood, son.
Yeah, you don't mess with Tales from the Hood. That movie's the shit. I like horror anthologies, man. Like those are fun. It like went through its heyday in the 90s, I think, and then just they stopped making them. They need to
Yeah.
bring that back. And see, Trick or Treat would have been a good movie for them to start with, but like they kept pushing it back until they
He
finally
got
were
pushed back for like
okay,
2 years or something.
yeah, like it was on 2 or 3 years worth of DVDs that I own that have trailers for it, and it's just like, where is this movie? And then it finally came out like straight to DVD. I'm like, come on, man, this could have been in the theaters.
I got that beat.
I think they kept not wanting to go up against Saw is the problem. They were like, well, maybe next year there won't be another fucking Saw movie.
Wrong.
No, wait, Saw 27. Like,
And then Paranormal Activity came out in the midst of all of that, so you've got Saw and that going on at the same time.
I'm trying to remember the name of the damn movie that has been pushed back like 4 or 5 times, and it got pushed back. Seventh Son with Jeff Bridges. I think West.
yeah, I want to see that.
All right, it's been pushed back again, so you're not seeing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like that movie was originally supposed to come out in like 2012.
Wow.
And it got pushed back, or actually it might have been 2011. And it got pushed back, and then got pushed back again. And then it was supposed to come out this year, and then it got pushed back from like a summer release date to like October or August or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you'll notice, you didn't hear it go into the movie theaters because it didn't. And they pushed it back again until next year. By next year, I mean a year from this year, 2015.
God damn.
Like, literally,
What was the
the
budget
people
on
in the
that
movie will be dead before it comes out.
What was the budget on that movie? Was it big, small? Do
I'm
you know?
sure it wasn't huge.
I mean, the special effects look decent though, so it has to have been a pretty decent budget.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, but
Well-
I mean, you can do a lot if you actually.
Well, I'm wondering if it's concerned about like competing with The Hobbit at the moment and the Marvel movies coming out at the
I
same
think they're
time.
just concerned about they don't have a lot of faith in it, and they're trying to find somewhere to drop it where there's not going to be any competition,
Oh,
and that hasn't worked out for them.
sometimes
so
you
far.
just got to drop it. Well, there's actually
Yeah,
a
if you
movie
hold it
that
too long, it'll constipate.
there's a movie that I'm interested in hunting down here soon because apparently it got released in 2013. It has it was the last movie River Phoenix was working on. And
The one that they finally cobbled together
yeah,
because they didn't have enough to finish it.
yeah, and I guess they worked it through. I think it was a straight to like DVD or something. But I'm curious on what that came out to be, because they had most of it from what I understand. It's just they were going through all the stuff with like the parents and the family and trying to figure out how the story's going to kind of work. I guess I know that they.
I remember it was like a drama.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Let me see if I
It
can-
doesn't really matter to me one way or other if I see it at this point. It's being released effectively as a novelty, you know, because it was that movie that never got finished that he died while he was making.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really. It's
Kind of
not
like
really
Game
a
of
lot
Game of Death, the cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, that's classy.
Isn't that the Bruce Lee movie where
Yeah.
they use the cardboard cutouts and shit?
Yeah,
It's
the one
called
where he's climbing like the damn tower or whatever. It's got like Dr. J in it as a bad guy.
the
He really
movie's
is in it
called
as a bad guy.
the movie's
Yeah,
called Dark
yeah,
Blood.
no, but it's still funny.
Yes, Dr. J, the basketball player, Wes.
No, the movie's called Dark Blood.
What?
Oh, the River Phoenix thing.
Yeah, it was
I
released
thought it had
in
a different
2012
Well, I mean, you know,
at the Netherlands
Doesn't-
Film
it doesn't-
Festival.
It doesn't matter. River Phoenix had one movie that matters to me, and that's all that matters, and that would be
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. Absolutely correct.
Young Indiana Jones.
Don't laugh. That was his finest performance.
Hell yeah, that's young Indiana Jones.
Even over Stand By Me.
Yes.
Wow.
Stealing the idol back.
See how quickly that was? Didn't even hesitate. Didn't even hesitate.
Even though when you think about it, Last Crusade does kind of retcon Temple of Doom.
Well, it depends.
Kinda.
I've always wanted to sit down and look at the actual dates, and I've never done it.
Shut
Yeah.
up! You do
Gotta
not need
figure
to
out if
put
that
logic
happens
into this. The
after
second
you
you
do
put
it.
logic
I mean,
into
like-
these things, everything's ruined.
Well, yeah, I guess to be fair, like you could state that Last Crusade, as a kid, he thought it was right to take.
And
the
then, like, he
things
got
to the
jaded.
end. And then, like, the guy gave him his hat, and he decided that he'd be jaded and be like the guy that gave him the hat.
Yeah, because he
And
lost.
then he decided good again. Like, so I guess you could maybe say that.
That's kind of how I look at it. I mean,
As
I
long
always
as he's
figured,
fucking
like,
up them Nazis,
you know,
I'm
lost
good.
his path, and then Temple of Doom is what got him back on the horse, so to speak. When he realized, hey, it's really like the scene from the end of The Grinch Stole Christmas when he gets the stones and he saves the little Indian kids. It's like, and Indiana Jones' heart grew 3 sizes that day with the Molly stones, whatever the fuck they're called.
The stones that were made by ripping the hearts out of the chests of
That's how I like
slave
to
working
golems.
people.
No, it was out of golems.
What?
They're stones. They're heart stones. They came out of fake beans from Jews.
The mere fact that you even know that the golem comes from a Jew tells me that you must have been watching, like, fucking Sleepy Hollow or something, because there's no other way you would know that.
or he read the really
He never
cool,
read Cavalier and Clay. It didn't
or he
happen.
read the really cool book Our Gods Wear Spandex, which details like all the archetypes that
That's
exist.
in Cavalier and Clay too. If you've ever read it, that's one of the big things they do.
Like, I can't remember if it's Iron Man or the Hulk that they classify as a Golem character. Golem, however you want to pronounce it.
Are you going to go check this?
Yeah,
Seriously?
it's right here on my shelf.
Of course it is.
Some people have books in libraries, West,
I have books.
that don't have pictures.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't sound very convinced when you said that.
It's not many. I like my picture books.
Here we go.
Leave me
Chapter
alone.
16, The Golems. I think Batman is technically classified as a golem.
So he's a protector. The golems were all set up as like they were meant to protect those people, and since he's Gotham's protector, you could maybe set him up as one. So that's their sole purpose for existence.
Well, yeah, let's see. The myth of the golem harkens back to the ghettos of Eastern Europe, where Jews periodically found themselves terrorized by hostile Gentiles. Legend has it
Stupid
that
Gentiles.
rabbis fashioned golems out of clay and animated them using magic of the Kabbalah, protected the Jews and punished their
I
enemies.
knew Madonna was up to something, that fucking bitch.
Implicit in the golem folktales, however, is a certain danger for those who the golem is meant to protect. I guess that's probably where Batman gets thrown in.
If you use a misuse of it.
But they consider him the dark god of vengeance, is why. Then they go into a bunch of the Batman clone characters like Daredevil.
Don't say that.
Then they have a subtitle called Kirby's Rage, the Thing and the Hulk. They're both apparently golem characters. The Punisher,
Well, they were all
RoboCop,
Jewish, so...
Wolverine.
Well, like, seriously, I mean, look at most of the people who created comic books in, like, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even into the 60s. Most of the defining, fathers of the comic book industry were Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they're going to draw them.
Lord knows Simon and Schuster were, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah, they're
Siegel and
going
Schuster.
to draw them. They're gonna draw on folklores and things that they've been exposed to.
If you've never read The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon or Cabon or however the hell you pronounce his name, highly recommend it. It has a lot to do with that.
I have it. I haven't had a chance to read it though.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Never heard of
I
the
picked
book.
it up. I think I picked it up at one of the library sales in Washington, for like a couple of bucks. Because
it might be the one that it might be the copy I read because I read it from the library. So, but it can be a little disconcerting to people when you read it because like the guy who's the I don't want to say the main hero. He's not the guy who's like kind of the good one out of the two. They're both good, but one of them has some other issues or whatever, like talent and everything. Like he actually disappears in the story, and like it ties in with the Gollum mythos and everything. Cause he's like a damn escape artist and a magician and shit. But like he's one of his big through lines is that he's homosexual, he's gay, and so I know that can be an issue sometimes because it's in the book and it makes sense, but it can broadside you to like depending on what you're reading or whatnot. It almost seems like kind of a separate storyline. Because the way it comes back into the way it kind of rounds back into the story when the guy comes back, I don't know. It feels, I call it the Glee treatment, if that makes any sense. Like where sometimes it feels like people are trying to be like upwardly forward, socially progressive, and it's like a tack on almost. Does that make any sense? I don't know. It was an awesome book though. So either way, it's got too many words for you though, West. Get the comic book version. And yes, there is a comic book version, which is very meta if you think about it.
Yeah, here's the chapter. The chapter I like the best out of our Gods Wear Spandex has to do with Messiah characters.
All of them,
obviously, because Superman, but Captain Marvel. They have a section for Captain Clones, which they throw Thor, Omak, and Let's see. Oh, hey, Super Horus, Hawkman and the Falcon.
That's right.
Captain
God
America.
Horus.
I guess Captain America is a kind of messiah. Oh, they say he represents a new kind of messiah, the science hero.
Created from man.
For man by man.
It's like Trojan.
They have a section on magic heroes. Mandrake the Magician and Dr. Occult.
Oh, cool.
Classy.
Cool.
It's a really cool book. If you're ever interested in knowing like where a lot of the archetypes and stuff come from.
What's the name of it again?
Our Gods Wear Spandex.
Oh, okay.
The Secret History
That's
of
right.
Comic Book Heroes. It's by a guy named Christopher Knowles.
Gotcha. Which, if you get a chance, I don't know if I've mentioned this comic to you. Do you know about Something Terrible?
No, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so.
Dude wrote a comic about getting sexually abused as a kid.
Yeah. No, I saw that a few months ago. Yeah.
So he's got a Kickstarter up at the moment. He's already hit his goal, but one of the parts of the Kickstarter is get a hardcover book, the 36-page hardcover book, which I think I'm very much doing.
If you like that, if you like the graphic memoir type genre, you would probably like. There's a book called Fun Home.
Well, hands down, like that book is, in my opinion, probably one of the most important books that is out and going to be coming out or re-coming out that we've probably had in a long time.
Well, yeah, it reminded me a lot of Alison Bechdel's Fun Home. It's about finding out that her dad was like secretly gay and like how that relates to her being gay. But like her art is really good, and the level of like details, like things she remembers from her childhood, like newspaper headlines that she draws in on newspapers and shit, is really it's quite good. And the story, it's not linear. It doesn't like start at the beginning and end at the end. It is jumbled around in pieces to kind of like come back and make its own point. But it was really good. It's probably one of the most unique graphic novel things I've read. I'm trying to see if I have it still. Probably do. It's probably just buried on this gigantic bookshelf somewhere. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of all my books before I moved, but there's just way too many.
And that is why I've unfortunately had to switch to the wonders of a Kindle.
I
Because
just
after you move, don't get me wrong, you know as good as anybody else that I love books. I love the way they smell, love the way we can touch them. Now I sound like a pedophile. But they sit there, lay limp in my lap as I caress them.
they have to
open.
respond to my every fingering.
Spread open, that's right. Sometimes I caress a certain area,
And how?
We're going to hell.
dog ear them.
What? No, you just sexualized a book. That's completely okay. There is nothing in God's word that says you can't fuck a book.
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of disorder that's attached to that.
Probably.
It's okay. Fingering a book
Why
is totally
why are the
fine.
pages of Moby Dick sticking together?
That's what you don't want to know.
As long as it leaves ink on your fingers, I mean, you know you did a good job.
Well, I got news for you. There's probably been some girls that would leave ink on your fingers. So, just saying.
There's an Octopussy joke to be made there, but I won't make it.
Your name? Yes, I know it is, darling, but what's your name?
How do you not make an Octopussy joke?
Well, ink.
Well, yeah, I know. How? Never mind.
No, I said there's one there to be made. I just won't make it because I don't feel like trying to be creative right now.
Bitch.
But, you know, I love books. I still will I'll buy a hardback if it's something I really want to own a physical copy of because I really enjoy it, you know. But after you move, like a floor to ceiling book maybe twice, you learn to have the desire to never, ever have to do it again. And that's really one of the reasons why, like, I buy like 95% digital now.
See, that's not even like
Maybe buy is too strong of a word.
I was about to say, you pirate those books. Don't lie.
Whatever. Library's been given away free for years.
No,
After
like
you buy a membership card.
for me, it's not. It wasn't a lack of when I moved. It wasn't a lack of desire to have to move the books because I actually brought the
It was
shelves
for
that I
me.
had them on.
Oh, shut up! You had a moving company. Like that wasn't even your move. All you had to do was
Yeah,
put
exactly.
them in a box.
It wasn't the moving part. Like for me, when I moved, it was about trying to consolidate and get rid of things because I didn't know how much space I would have because I hadn't actually like laid eyes on the apartment when I moved.
Yeah.
Because it was across the entire country. I mean, you can get pictures, but they don't always do the best job of giving you an indicator of how much space you're going to have.
Lord knows OkCupid and Facebook lets us know that. Your apartment had its pictures taken from a downward angle so it didn't look fat.
Wait, is my
Why is it
bathroom
only
doing
why is it
duck
only from the
face?
shoulders up?
Oh.
The toilet seat is doing duck face at me. Yeah, no, like, so I had, most of what I cut out of my collection was, like, I had, like, probably 85% of all of Stephen King stuff in, like, hardcover. And I had a bunch of Dean Koontz stuff
Someone's just
and
opened a
other
secret
writers
portal.
like that my... yeah, no, that's my message tone on my phone.
Yep.
I would have preferred it been an actual secret door, but okay.
No, but like, yeah, I had a bunch of stuff like that since they were hardcovers and they take up a lot of space, and because Chris gave them to me, like I probably got most of them back for free from Chris because he gave them to me on my Kindle. So yeah, I figured it was okay to cut those out. I have a Kindle. I barely use it because I prefer my paper books. I don't, and it. Like, I'm not even, like, as big a stickler for it as some people. It's just for whatever reason, when I want to pick up and read something, I don't feel like having to make sure I've got battery and search for it and find it. I mean, it's just easier for me to grab a book. I don't know.
No, I completely agree with you.
It's like, it's one of those things where I can see myself being an old person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look at your grandparents and you see that they're resistant to certain technology, or even your parents, they're resistant to certain technology because it seems like too much effort for them. Like, that's where I can see myself with digital reading, is that it just seems like too much effort for me. I don't know why, because in like most other walks of life, I'm pretty good with technology, but
I use it because, well, like I've already stated, but one, it makes it really, since I read a lot, and I read pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm carrying hundreds, if not thousands, of books around in a small, tiny area. And also the money thing, because I do read so fast, reading is a very expensive leisure time for me. Even if I buy just only paperbacks, that on average now cost, between $7 and $8. That's a lot. Plus the gas to go somewhere to buy them. So you're looking at $5 to drive to Greenville minimum. Then when I buy books, I'm probably going to try to buy a whole series if I buy them, or if it's a really long series, at least half of it.
that's why you Amazon that shit. Prime, son.
I do that. And I do have Prime.
And
But
especially now that they have that.
It's just too fucking much.
Oh, it's not that bad. You can find something to do for 2 days.
Hey guys,
Read some news articles.
I gotta go. I got things I need to get done. Fortunately, we happen to hit an hour. Sorry to cut you
All right,
off
well
so abruptly.
you can cut that off wherever you want to. I think we pretty much reached a good stopping point.
Yes, because we're talking about books at this point, and I like making books. I don't give a shit about reading them. So, Chris, you write them. I'll put them together. Corey can read them. Done.
Oh, hey, before you hop off of here though, Wes.
Yep.
You guys heard my email message, but you didn't hear the text.
What? No. It has to be a different sound every time. Just. Oh, damn it.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's Yoshi.
Yeah.
We have Yoshi and Zelda.
Classy.
Uh-huh. Now you have to change it into the
Classic.
Final Fantasy ringtone. Uh-huh.
I got that. I have the Final Fantasy Win music as mine.
I really need to nerd out my rankings. Anyway, so you're listening to the Nerd Method podcast with West and have
Look at Wes trying like he's got shit
you
to
got
do
it this
Sunday.
time.
He's trying to go get some pussy.
You
Don't
can get in
lie,
touch with
Wes.
us.
This okay.
Yeah, no, you're on absolutely right. Fuck what's
See?
your email.
Look at that.
Yep. So
I can't fault you for that.
no,
Hold
you
on,
forgot
let me make
to.
sure- let me make sure
Wes,
I know
still
what
find
it
a way to
is
fuck it
without
up.
having it up. I have it on my phone.
I believe it is nerdmethodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Methodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, just email us if you want to talk to us.
You might want to re-record that. That's a clusterfuck failure right there.
I think it's a nice intro. I really think it's a nice intro. Oh.